Hello, hello, hello. So why this morning, out of boredom, because I do this every morning. Why I go on FS Gossip, right? And I'm like, oh, because Worlds just happened, so it's gonna be the skaters and their little quotes and what they say about their performances and stuff. No. Oh my god, I fucking wish. No, I mean there was some of that. I think I can't even think of an example of that actually. I can't even. I don't even know. But no, the first thing I see is eteri Tupariza's face. Every day, every time. They do this every time. So, with that, I was like, oh no, what this bitch got to say. Here. Let me pull up exactly what the article is so I can read it verbatim right to you right now. Alright, here's what it says. There's two different interviews. The first one I saw was obviously the latest one that was posted. Here's what it says. eteri Tupariza. This is absurd that I forbid girls to drink water. Hydration is very important. Of course, I watch the weight of the skaters, but just so that they do not lose weight. Bitch, what? So I read that and I was like, the hell? And I was like, I'm gonna read it later. So I scroll down. And then I see that bitch face again. I see it again. So I'm like,
what the hell?
What? Okay, so then I read this one. Okay, this one. I really don't know what happened. My skaters have always been clean athletes. These accusations are offensive. Tupariza about Valieva's doping case. But I was like, oh my god, this bitch right here. So then I was like, oh my god, I gotta read this shit. I gotta see this shit. So I think I read the newer one first. And I was like, oh, this bitch just lying in here. Oh, so she just fucking lying. Oh, so she just out here lying. Like we stupid. We ain't stupid. We know what the... So, just to prove that we ain't stupid, you ain't slick, bitch. Just to prove I have... love to pull the good old... I got receipts, bitch. I got receipts. The fuck? Now, granted, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe. If you can prove that every single one of these things that I say is wrong, I mean, shit, I'm gonna hear you out. But you can't convince me that most of the things that I say, that I'm gonna say, are wrong. You can't. You can't convince me. You can't. Which one was the first one? Okay, I think this was the first one. Here. So. Okay. So I accidentally wrote down my list wrong a little bit at the beginning. But okay. So. She says, I really don't know what happened. The whole team tried to figure it out. Watched the cameras from Russian nationals where she was tested. And we wonder why so much time passed between the sample being taken and the announcement of the results. My skaters have always been clean athletes, and these accusations are offensive, said Tupariza. Ma'am? So you seeing the footage where she was tested, that didn't make you think that maybe the drugs were in her system? Like, people weren't tampering with the test. Ma'am, I don't think they were out here tampering with the test. The fuck? But then, you wonder why so much time passed. Didn't your staff literally mark the sample as unimportant? Was that fake? Is that fake news or something? Didn't you do that? Wasn't that your staff? Maybe not you, but your staff had marked her test unimportant. Now granted, it should not have taken 2 fucking months to see the results of the test. It should not have done that. No. But you did. Someone on your team, or on Valieva's team, probably one of the doctors, and I'll get to the doctor later. I'll get to him later. I will. I got receipts again. I think she thinks we throw the receipts in the trash. We don't. It's the internet. No, they don't go in the trash can, ma'am. We just forget because we're human. But no, on the internet, it doesn't just go away, bestie. It doesn't. We forget, but it doesn't actually go away. So it shouldn't have taken that long, but it did. And I mean, it shouldn't have, but it did. Okay, and then eteri Tuparita believes that Kamila Valieva's career will end if she's suspended for 4 years. It would have been the end of her career. Bitch, why are you out here telling on yourself? She's actually out here telling on herself. Miss Ma'am, why would her career be over in 4 years? That girl is 16 years old. Why would her career be over at 20? Stop out. She's literally out here telling on herself. Why would her career be over at 20 years old? Why? Why would her career be over at 20 years old? Please, ma'am. Please. She's really out here just telling on herself. Like, what? I mean, I didn't think she was going to be out here just telling on herself while also trying to lie to our faces. The hell? Okay. In this second, let me not skip this. Apology. She wants an apology from the head of the IOC, Thomas Bach, for his words at the Olympics. That man said his truth. He said what he said. He said what he saw. Did he not? I'm not quite sure exactly what he said because I can't remember who he is exactly. But I think he's the guy who said that she seemed very cold towards Valieva while she was, like having basically a mental fucking breakdown in Gleckenhaus's lap. Remember that? I didn't forget. I know that much. And he was like, and she's also kind of suspicious just for the drugging. That's kind of sus. That's basically what I can remember maybe he said. I'm not quite sure exactly who he is. So maybe I should look for who he is. Alright, so I did find some information on Thomas Bach and bruh. I just want to say before, I did not know who Thomas Bach was, but I was scrolling on Twitter one day. This was maybe 2-3 days ago. I don't remember, but I've been editing this video for a long ass time, so yeah. Well, like when I recorded this, the interviews were like maybe a day and a half old. Yeah, no, it's been like a week or something. But I'm scrolling on Twitter, right, and everyone's like, oh no, the IOC wants to have the Russians, the Russians competing in internet. No. First of all, no. Until the war is over, it should not even be considered, personally. But no, what I wanted to say was, I found images of Thomas Bach kikiing with Vladimir Putin? Oh no. I saw him kikiing with Vladimir Putin, and I'm disturbed. I just insert the images here. There you go. So, yeah. Bye. But honestly, like, if that's what he said, why would he need to apologize? He said what he saw. Okay? He said what he saw. Maybe change your reputation, girl. I mean, if she really wanted to change her entire reputation as a coach, she could do it. She could. But she's over here just straight up lying. Like, she's just straight up out here lying, though. Like, lying about dumb shit, like, that everyone knows isn't a lie. Like, I mean, that everyone knows is actually true. Like, ma'am, stop. Okay. So then here, I'm not exactly sure what she means by in Beijing 2022 after the women's free skate. Bach said, I saw how Kamila Valieva was met by people with a cold. I had goosebumps. It was cold to watch. Oh, that's what he said? That was Bach? Oh, I read it wrong. I totally read it wrong. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, I mean, bitch, was he lying? The fuck he need to apologize for? Ma'am, please explain to me what the man needs to apologize for. He said what he saw. The fuck? He said what everybody saw. He said what Kamila Valieva saw. Like, what is he apologizing for? What is he apologizing for? Please. Please riddle me this. Please. What is he apologizing for? That's exactly what you did. Oh, and then her response. At the time, Camilla was kept at a slight distance. You can't hug someone who doesn't want to be hugged. The problem is not that she failed. Okay, it says this is a quote, but the quote doesn't end. Oh, is this the whole thing? Oh my god. Oh, shit. I didn't know that was the whole thing. Okay. But it's like, she didn't want to hug. Blah, 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 blah. She didn't want to hug. That girl wanted a hug so fucking bad. Remember when that random woman, no one even knows who this woman is. Mind you, literally, she's like on the ROC team or some shit. Gave Valieva a hug before you did. The fuck? Are we having memory slips right now? Are you actually out here tripping? I think she's like mid-update or something. Like, it's not making sense. Why is she out here saying this? Like, this better be like an April Fool's joke. I really hope this is an April Fool's joke. I know we're like how many days before April Fool's, but I really hope that this is some April Fool's moment because, ma'am, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean she didn't want a hug? She wanted a hug so damn bad that she was out here hugging this random woman no one even knows. Okay, I'm sorry. This woman is not a random. She is, I think, like an announcer or something in Russia. I learned this from, I don't know, is it Paula? I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say the YouTube name, but I learned it from there. Sorry. She's not an absolute nobody, but I mean, I think she's the woman who keeps like yelling over clips of Evgenia Medvedeva. Like, she's the announcer that keeps like screaming over Evgenia. Don't quote me on that. I don't know, but okay, I just want to say she's not a nobody. Bye. Like, what do you mean? She didn't want to be hugged. No, I think she just didn't want to be around you in Gleichenhaus, considering, especially not Gleichenhaus, considering, did you forget the way Gleichenhaus literally laughed over her? Are we forgetting the way Gleichenhaus literally laughed over Kamila Valieva when she was like, well, I guess they won't have to cancel the medal ceremony? Remember that? She really think we stupid. Like, ma'am. All he said was what he saw. The fuck? All he said was what he saw. Okay. On the other hand, we have no right to give up. I just asked her why she let everything go after the second element. She just refused to fight. Besides, the Olympics are a party. Many athletes dream of being in her place. Being at the Olympics? Because, I mean, shit, she was still at the Olympics, even though she, I guess, gave up after the second element. She was still there. But, like, so we have no right to give up. First of all, so you just, like, after she's off the ice, why did you give up? No, don't, no. Why did you give up? Why did you give up? Girl is about to have a mental breakdown in you. Why did you give up? Why did you give up? Are we forgetting? Once again, I think it might be dementia. I think she's having a little dementia moment or something. I don't know what's happening. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, this better be some April Fool's joke. Like, I really hope that this is an April Fool's prank. Also, what do you mean? We have no right to give up. Bitch, you give up all the time. Are we forgetting the way she gives up all the time? She gives up all the time. Literally all of the time. When I tell you constantly she's giving up on people, I mean that. So she gives up on people all the time. After you're 18 years old, she basically gave up on you. If you didn't already give up on yourself, she's given up on you. I mean, Alina technically quit immediately after the Olympics, basically. I mean, not immediately after, but like one competition in to the next season, she had quit. I mean, one competition after the Olympics, she basically quit. But Evgenia, like, Yulia, she just gives up. If you can't endure the training anymore, she's not going to adjust the training for you. No, it's just going to be, alright then, bye. She did it with Coach Shania so many times. She did it with Coach Shania. Oh, you have a broken arm? That sucks. That sucks, bestie. Bye. 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 That was her. That was her. Like, what do you mean? You give up all the time. Also, the next paragraph. I hate the tantrums and breakdowns of athletes. Oh, I know you do. I bet you do, Essie. Because when they're having a breakdown, they literally hide nothing. They hide nothing. They have nothing to lose at that point. When we have Sasha in the corner, like, get away from me. Don't touch me. I feel like, yeah, I know. I see you hate it. When Valier was hugging strangers because you won't give her a fucking hug. Yeah. Yeah, it gets, like, sad. Breakdown. Oh, like, yeah, I bet you do. Also, for some reason... Oh. Then we sat together for a long time in the locker room. Thomas Bach's accusation are unfair. I expect an apology. Bitch, no. No one's about to apologize to you. Shut up. Okay, next thing. They call me the Snow Queen, but that's a myth. I accompany my students, participate in their upbringings, cry with them, and I worry about them. Cry with them? Okay. That's really, like, not often. Also, no, because I think I've said this before. Basically, eteri Tuperidza is, like, the good cop face of it all. Like, she is still involved in, like, the manipulation, but she's basically, like, the good cop. She's the nice one. She's the... Okay, I swear to God. Have you seen the interview of when, like, Adelia Petrosian and Sophie A were, like, kids and Arden Z Fedotov? You know, they were, like, 12 or something. It's an old interview. It's, like, an old interview. Okay, but, like, they're, like, describe eteri Tuperidza in one word. And why? Okay, Adelia knows what's up. She said demanding. Because, period. She is demanding. But, why did, like, too many of them... Why was the first thing that they described her as is beautiful? That's a red flag! And that's not a character trait. Her being beautiful is not a character trait, guys. Please stop. But, for real, like, she's the good one. But if you asked about Gleigenhaus or Dudikov, it's a whole different story. It is. Because Gleigenhaus is a bitch. And then Sergei Dudikov is just like... He's questionable. He's a shady dude. An insert clip of when he was berating Adelia Petrosian while she was crying. And also, when he was berating Aliona Kosternaya while she was crying. Like, middle of a breakdown, I don't think you need to be like, hey, so you know everything you did wrong? Let me just describe it to you in great detail right now. Just to describe to you why you suck. You know, it's just not necessary. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to do all that. But it's nonsense to say I'm heartless. When the skaters are on the ice, I stand still. Other coaches... What? Gesticulate? What the... I can't even... I hope this... I don't know. They what now? But I don't like it. But inside, I feel emotion. I think... She means, like, the other coaches, like, actually show any type of, like, gestures or emotions or expressions. Or I think that's what she's trying to say. I don't know what... I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like I'm not supposed to do that. I feel like that's a bad word. I feel like it might be a slur. Like, I don't like that. Oh, I can tell she doesn't like it. Because, also... I didn't forget that video of when she was, like, crying at a performance, or, like, almost about to cry, and she, like, hid behind Gleichenhaus. I have yet to forget that one. I have yet to forget. That was actually one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, I know, that's, like, kind of sadistic, but, oh my God, it was so funny. She was, like, almost crying, and, like, she, like, slinks behind Gleichenhaus. Like... I didn't know it was gonna be a comedy video. Oh my God.